Tensions between the U.S. and China growing by the day. Yet a new Washington Post op-ed suggests President Biden's foreign policy practices are paying off. The author claiming Biden's been tougher on China than President Obama and smarter than President Trump. Let's bring in General Jack Keane to weigh in on this. He is part of that op-ed. Jennifer Rubin writes. All right, first of all, let me ask you, what brings this author to come to the notion that President Barack Obama operated under the mistaken assumption, and I'm quoting, that China wanted to be a responsible member of the international community. President Donald Trump left the United States in a weaker position against China. President Biden has taken a different tack, tougher than Obama's and smarter than Trump's. There's growing evidence that this approach is paying off. Is there?
Well, I wouldn't quite characterize it that way. First of all, I think in the Obama administration, President Obama had a general policy of appeasement to China, much as he did for Russia, and there has been consequences of that policy, certainly. But I think what President Biden has done, he's built on the foundation that President Trump established, and that is, for the first time, any president pushed back on China. And central to that was the economic pushback and the tariffs, and then the economic agreement with China. The second thing certainly was to strengthen the relationship with our allies. The Quad, which is an unofficial alliance among Japan, Australia, United States, and India, which was started by President Bush to deal with China and then lay dormant. President Trump revised that for the obvious reasons, to confront China and to build allied support for it. And President Biden has come in and strengthened that. He's had 2 meetings with the principals. Give him credit for strengthening not only that alliance, but the other alliances, and also holding in place most of the economic policies that President Trump institutionalized. So, listen, the president is doing some good things here when it deals with China. My problem with it is we have eroded the United States military deterrence. And it came as a result of the 9/11 wars, and we've got to build our way out of it. The Trump budget was a step in that direction, but we need more of it. And it's a serious problem, Julie, because what kept the peace between the Soviet Union and the United States was an effective military deterrence that the United States and NATO established. We do not have that today with China. And the budget that's being proposed is a declining budget because it doesn't account for 8% inflation. We've got to fix this. Yeah, no, and you know what? And once again, have to give President Trump credit for this. This is something he campaigned on before taking office, that he would talk tough with China, something we have not seen former presidents do. And so fortunately, President Trump did set the stage for President Obama to continue, President Biden, rather, to continue that. I want to switch gears before we run out of time here, because you and I often talk about conflicts overseas, and I love your advice that you give us, especially considering your military background, the military operations involved in these crises that we talk about here. But what is your take? What is your sentiment? What would you like to share about your Memorial Day reflections on today? Well, first of all, it's a very special day. We set aside a day for our veterans, and we set aside another day to honor our armed forces. But this is a sacred day because we are honoring a very special group of Americans, those who gave their lives so that the rest of us can enjoy ours. And it is sacred. I think it's parallel to the religious holidays that we celebrate, regardless, based on our faiths in this country. And yes, I mean, when I think about it, it's a day that I always consider what the fallen were willing to give up. They put everything at risk in their lives, Julie, to be a parent, to have friends, to live a long life, to have love in their life. All of that was put at risk, and they did it out of a simple sense of duty for their country, and it's very profound in that expression. And the second reason, I believe, is they did it for one another. And it represents true honor, and we can never, ever take this kind of devotion for granted, and I don't believe we do in this country. I believe this country does honor its fallen. And I respect that and admire it, and I respect the events that take place across the swath of this country in honoring what has taken place in the sacrifice of the fallen.
So well said. General Jack Keane, thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.